Why did my video cut off? I'm gonna be aggravated, but I'm gonna. The thing is, I'm gonna be aggravated, but I'm not finished, and I don't want to rush while I'm talking. So I'm gonna just talk and hopefully piece all this stuff together. But what was I saying? Ghetto. Y'all pray for my devices. Pray that things zhuzh up. Next time I won't be recording. It's not even the fact of the time. It's just the stuff. I don't even know why my phone did that. Maybe it's because the video was long. Anyway, what was I saying? Experience, da-da-da. I forgot exactly what I was saying. Experience. Girls, niggas. The point is, sometimes you have to be in the situation, and then you have to kind of go through it to even learn from it. And even in that, you don't learn everything. Like, just because you learn how to be a good girlfriend to a nigga in the second grade don't mean you know how to be a wife. Like, all of the experiences, just because you get through them, it leads you to somewhere, but you don't reach the destination just because you went through an experience. But at the same time, and that's the thing is, don't be afraid to, and this is the word for myself, but for also other people, which is why it was so pressing for me. Like I started this off saying, I really have noticed that I get really scared simply to record. On a podcast I made on my phone. I'm recording this on my own phone, on my laptop, on my mic, with my stuff. Where I stay. Where I be at. My stuff, okay? And I'm scared. Now I spent all day thinking, typing down my notes. Oh, I'm gonna go record. I'm gonna go say this. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that was a nice segment. Whatever. Just stuff. It's all in my mind. And I'm just like, yeah, and that's why I have a show, because I need to let all this stuff out of my mind. I need to say it. I need to do it. But I'm nervous though. Like, I think all of that, and then as soon as I get home, when I get in the door, once I'm, in a place where it's like, oh, girl, you can go record now. I think I need to take a shower and lay down. I think I need to eat. Like, I literally would find something else to do because we get scared. Like, it's like and that's really it, having stage fright. And just like I messed up singing on Sunday, as many times as I've had to get up and sing or do anything in church with a mic or anywhere else, I get scared every time. Like, I feel it in my stomach, my hands shake, and then it's like me just being me, knowing I have anxiety, and me just being a dickhead. Once I can see my hands shaking like this, it's like in my mind I'm laughing at myself, because now I'm just like, Janelle, your hand's shaking. People can see your hands shaking, and you trying to sing, your voice probably shaking. Look at you, trembling. If that thing has symbols on it, it sound like a tambourine. But anyway, from experience, I know that I get nervous, but at the same time, with experience, I'll be able to get to where I want to go in life, because my ultimate, like, I don't want to say my dream as if it's like something unattainable, but my goal in life, what I really desire to do further in the future, once I've, done some other stuff, is kind of be like Oprah. Like, I just want to have a platform where and that's the thing, I want to have a platform where I sit and talk, and other people, and that's the, when I say like Oprah, you can go listen to all of her intentions and the point of her platforms for yourself. But, things of like instances, okay? That's what I want to do. But if I never come do this because I'm so afraid of it not being perfect, I really wish my computer didn't go down, because that's where my notes is at. Oh, wow, that looked weird. But yeah, if you don't do something, if you don't experience something enough, you don't really have, a good idea of what it is. And then the thing is, if it is something that you want to do, you can't, it's coming to me the more I'm thinking about my notes, and my laptop is coming on, which is great. But in the video that I was looking at with TD Jakes, when he was talking about it, link in the description box, he was talking about being in rehearsal and recital, and how you can't expect recital praise at rehearsal. Like, you can't come and it, like, I can't expect for myself to come sit down and do something for the first time, or do something that is new to me, or do something that I'm still trying to figure out, and expect it to be perfect. Like, Janelle, you can only make it better if you start doing it, and then you have to do it to make it better. Like, you can't just make your thoughts. And that's the thing, when I say I think about stuff, like, it's one thing to fill your brain with stuff and ways to improve that stuff, and then other stuff and other ways, do the stuff. And then once you do the stuff, then you can improve the stuff. And thinking about it, I think about that when it comes to conversations and communication. I recently just went through an experience, a terrible experience, if I'll be honest with somebody. I'm going to not even go there, but I went through an experience with somebody that wasn't pleasant. And it's not that the person wasn't pleasant, but it's what I learned. Well, I'm grateful for what I learned, but I just didn't like the experience, which was, it's like after 6 years, irrelevant details, I was dealing with somebody who wasn't self-aware and whose communication skills were trash. And so just in thinking, like, am I being frustrated and thinking sometimes, and like cussing this person out in my head, I was making sense of how communication works and why it doesn't make sense to take the stance of, well, if something is happening, I'm not going to say nothing because clearly something is wrong. There are times when you can be silent. There are times when it's best to choose silence. Don't get me wrong. But also understand that in certain situations, silence is an answer. Silence is a response. Okay? And when it comes to conversation and communication. And so to tie this into experience, or tie this into what I was just going to say. I think communication and talking to people, just like, and that's the thing, like an experience it's like writing a paper. Like when you're in school and they have you write a paper. Now, when you write a paper, your book report in second grade, that's not held to the same standard as when you're in high school and you have this paper. Two different experiences, but the thing is, they give you step by step. So the stuff you learn here, you're going to need it all the way up till you get into high school. The thing is, it's different experiences, but again, to communication. This is all one big concept. When I know it's like different pieces, if you walk with me, it'll make sense somehow, some way. But so, yeah, you learn, your different skills in different places. So you know how to use words, you know how to talk, you know how to say feelings. And just for this individual in particular, they made it a point to say that they only know how to express. They actually made it a point to say, I don't communicate well. And I could appreciate that. You can tell me that. I can take that. But then said, I communicate best when I'm mad. As in, like, and their thing was, I say what I want to say to people the most when I'm mad, which is not a good communicator. And that was actually their answer to when I asked them, do you think that you communicate well? Like, do you think that you communicate well? When I get pissed off, yeah, because I say what I want to say. It's not the same. That's the thing, is I can tell it from your experience, and that it doesn't matter. But it's a lot. I think a lot. I talk a lot, and I be wrapping stuff in. That's why it seems so jumbled. But back to the paper. Now, it's one thing to say that I can express myself a lot when I'm mad. But when people, or when you intend for somebody to understand you a certain way, it is your job and your duty as the person with the message to convey the message in an understandable way to the person who you're communicating to, or your audience, whatever you want to call them. It is your job as the person with the message and the person delivering the message to convey the message properly and in an understandable fashion to the person who you're talking to, which don't mean say it the best way it come out for you. Say it in a way that they understand it. But you would not know that unless you talk to them often, unless you really, that means get to know them. And then two, from experience. So even if you don't know them, you know how to approach conversations with people who you don't know. Boom. Back to the paper. It's all time getting still. When you go to write a paper, and this is, okay, backtrack slightly, but still same thing. What I was telling him, I guess you would say, like, he tried, I don't know, maybe he felt like I was trying to make him be Like, he was just like, oh, you just mad because I don't communicate good and da-da-da, and I told you I can't. If you can say that, that means that you know the area you need to work on. And I think that if I ask you specific questions sometimes, maybe you shouldn't get mad because that made me think you're stupid and not self-aware. Like, it doesn't matter. And that's me being judgmental. I don't like people who aren't self-aware, and then I don't like people who, when you bring it up, it's now just like oh, well, clearly, like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, I'm sorry that self-improvement, is not your judge. I'm sorry that you don't like being critiqued. It's my love language, criticism. I know that's probably bad, but I'm getting off track. Writing a paper. When it comes to writing a paper, by the time you get to high school and you have to write, or even college, I attempted to write a paper in college one time, but I didn't even finish college because I didn't finish that damn paper. But LOL, not funny. The experience that you have when writing a paper, by the time you get to the point where you can write a college paper and turn it in and stuff like that, even that paper goes through something called drafts. Okay? You have your brainstorm, you have your outline, you have your rough draft, you have your first draft, you have your second draft, you have your draft that's been edited and revised, you have your peer edited draft, you have the one that's not your peers, but they're more like your teachers, but they're not the actual teacher that's going to grade it, and then you have your final draft. All of those drafts are different experiences, just like in life and in communication. I'm just going to keep tying communication in because, it's just been sitting well with me right now. When it comes to talking, when I was saying silence is the answer, sometimes it's better that you say something, because when you say having it, and that's the thing, because I'm a communicative person, because I talk a lot, because I'm cool with talking, I'm okay with having tough conversations, because the way my brain works is like, I'm not gonna say I can think for you, but I have a brain that makes sense of things. And then that's the thing is, I can't make sense of nothing, and I can't make sense of nonsense. But if you say something, a misunderstanding, we can talk through, because you can help me understand. But if you don't say nothing, that's like you want to turn in your final draft, but you ain't never turned in your rough draft. You ain't never turned in a brainstorm. We can't talk if you don't ever say anything, but then you want me to understand it as if you've given me a final draft. At bare minimum, if you know you can't give final draft paper, and this is even myself, like, again, it all ties together. Even me with my show, with my swinging braids. You have to be okay with turning in what you have sometimes. And even if it's not turning in, you have to be, and I don't even want to say confident enough, because sometimes it's not even your confidence is high. But if you want to improve, like I said, criticism is my love language. And I mean, it is, but it's also something that's trauma related, I guess you would say, like childhood trauma. I just want to know if I'm disappointing you. Am I doing something wrong? Just let me know I'm doing something wrong so I can at least know that you can see me. That's why I need therapy. But anyway, you have to do something. You have to turn in something. You can only improve. Thanks. You can only improve, and somebody can only criticize. Even with this, somebody can only criticize the show or the episode once I put it out. And even once I put it out, somebody could just be like, my only criticism is you talk too fast. Somebody else's could be, I don't like your topics and I hate you as a person. Both of those are going to make me feel good inside, because at least you cared enough to tell me. And that's the thing. Some people literally won't say shit, and then you don't know what you're doing. But then, aside from what other people say, your own self, you got to know what to say to you. And even myself, I can't criticize my work, and I can't get better or improve if I don't ever do it. Literally from experience, I can only, like I say, with cussing and stuff like that. The thing is, the way my family set up, the way we set up on my side, nosy not even the word, but it's no way that I could have this out here. And the people who know me and know my mama, and my mama not gonna listen to this. But at the same time, my mom does know. I'm gonna, just go ahead and do all of this. My mama know me, of course, just like the Lord know me. Together they know me, and they know me sitting in this seat. The way that I'm talking out, they This ain't a surprise to now, okay? But also, I understand my mom, just like the Lord, just like my grandma, has expectations, and it's not every day, that you have to curse. And so part of my thinking when it comes to experience and my being anxious or nervous about getting on my mic and doing what I'm supposed to be doing is that idea of like, I know what I want to do. I know how it could look. I know how it should look. I know what I'm trying to do. I know what I'm really trying to do. But, and I even said this at the beginning, this is a help me, help you, help me. We're all helping each other. So in my doing this, my desire and my intention is to better myself. I can't do that if I don't ever do it. You see this episode, I kind of got, well, I have said cuss words, but like, even that much. From the few episodes from the few episodes I have, I'm just tired and stuff keep getting on my nerves. From the few episodes I have put out, I think I've gotten better personally. I mean, I'm not where I want to be at all, but I don't know, and that's the thing is it's all an experience and no experience is wasted. I'm gonna just go ahead and start wrapping up. No experience is wasted. And so don't, what's the word? Not lowball, not downplay. I don't want to say fuck yourself up, but that's kind of what I mean. Like, don't do yourself a disservice. That's really what I mean. Don't do yourself a disservice by not experiencing stuff. And especially if it's because of fear. Whatever that fear is. Fear of other people, fear of yourself, fear of who knows, whatever it is, experience it. And especially if it's, I'm thinking about food right now because I just want to tell people to try food. Because I don't like people who picky eaters. Like people, oh, I don't want that. I don't like that. And that's one of the, you can't say you don't like something you never had. You never experienced it. Now, it's one thing if you taste it, try it. You gotta taste it. And then I don't like people, you know how you tell somebody to taste something and they do this? You didn't eat it. You don't even like, you what did you do? I like to eat, okay? I'm a Sagittarius for what it's worth. I'm a foodie. I'm a fat kid. I like eating. I like snacks. I be high, so I like making up stuff. I don't like picky eaters. Why am I telling you to taste this and you give me my food back? I don't like people who don't like to try stuff. Hey, Angelica. While I was saying I was thinking about you because you picky, but you my friend. That's my only picky friend. That's my picky friend. I love her. And hey, friend. But even her, she experienced, and even her, we went to rivers together and she experienced some things that I like, which is new to people. I like squid. I like crawfish, octopus, things of that sort. Try it. Everybody don't like sushi. Everybody don't, just come out. Enjoy the things. You never know. And even for the sake, you may not like the food, but maybe you like the vibe. Maybe you had a good time. It's not every day that you should miss the experience. I know I'm probably all over the place, and I hope that I've said enough that you kind of catch the point or the gist of what I'm saying. But experience stuff. Don't, what did I say? Do yourself the disservice of, keeping yourself stagnated or keeping yourself and that's the thing, you keep yourself in a box when you don't allow yourself to branch out. And that's kind of what I'm thinking to like emphasize, especially if it's something that you want to do, just like with the show. I chose to do this. Who gonna whoop my ass if I mess this up? And that's the thing, it's not even that I'm gonna do it, but I can't be mad. At bare minimum, I can say I tried. I did it. I have something to look back at. Just do it. Do it, especially if it's something that you wanted. And like I started this video off by saying, if it's something that keep you up at night, if it's something that it's in your heart to do, if it's your passion, if you love doing it, whatever it is, do it. And don't feel like, what you put out is going to be perfect. Because in all honesty, and I have to accept that even with myself, I have a goal. This is just a step and a part of the experience for where I'm trying to go. So I may not ever reach what I deem to be the perfect episode of this show because this ain't even where I'm supposed to be at. This is just helping me out. You get what I'm saying? So Go through the experience, because you never know where you're going to end up. You may not ever get that one perfect thing, but once you do get that perfect thing, that thing that's perfected, and that's the thing, once you get all of this experience, which is called a jack of all trades, it's not bad to know how to do a lot of different stuff, to be multifaceted, to be well-rounded, to be well-versed. It's nothing wrong with that. If anything, it's better for you to be that way. Boom, back to the thing, TD Jakes. It was a thing I was listening to earlier. Paul was not just beneficial, but he was most effective because he was relatable, and relatable as in as a person who, wow, started making noise. As a person who used to kill Christian or Gentile or whoever he used to kill, I'm sorry, it ain't coming to me like that right now. Whoever he used to kill, he got changed, and so now he preaching to them. He was the priest of the Gentiles. He was a Jew. He was killing Gentiles. I don't know. The point is, he was effective in his job because he understood both sides. As I sit here, that is my entire point of this show. Granted, I don't come from the streets. I come from Hickory Grove Road. Shout out to the 4. But I could go. I literally could leave right now. I could go right now. I could shut this whole thing off. I could. Ooh, nigga. When I say I'm finna go to bed, I'm finna roll up. I'm finna go to Bojangles. And I'm gonna lay down for about 2 hours because I still gotta go to this nail salon. When I tell y'all I am done, like I am experiencing. I'm experiencing life as it happens to the best of us. What was I saying? Whatever I was saying. Oh yeah, both sides as I sit here with my braids falling out my head. Just imagine. It only recorded one of them. It didn't finish the second one. It don't even matter. At this point, did y'all see that? Wow. Wow. Zhush, huh? Talk about experiences. Talk about on camera. Talk about life. That, it didn't even throw me off, but it threw me off. It's like I want to be closing, but I'm still talking and stupid stuff just keep happening. Excuse me. So, experience stuff. The more you experience, the better off you will be for yourself. The more you experience, actually, before I get too far, because my notes are still here. Oh yeah, that was another point I wanted to get at. I forgot what I was listening to, but they mentioned solution strategies. And what I forgot what it was, but whatever it was, solution strategy, the idea or concept or skill set level that when life problems happen, and this isn't like problem solving, isn't like math problem solving skills. This is life, like solution strategy. When something happens, how do you solve this problem? And that's what I started out talking about is there's the difference in having knowledge of like, oh, this is how you could handle it. If this were to happen, this is how you should, this is how you might. But once you've been in certain situations, you know how to handle them better from your experience. That helps you with your solution strategy skills, your life problem solving skills. The more you experience, the more you know. Now, I'm not saying go out here and do a bunch of crazy stuff, Janelle, because that's what I did sometimes. I was just a person like, I'll do it. I'm going to learn. Like, I'll see for myself. It's not every day you have to see for yourself. But if you insist, go for it. Keep your heart guarded, your brain, your mind, your thoughts, and you better stay close to God or else you will get lost out in those streets. I'm telling you, highways and hedges, it's vast. The wicked path is wide and long. What they say is not narrow and straight. You just know you'll get lost out in those streets doing what you want to do. But anyway, what am I talking about? Experiences. Yeah, if you experience enough, that's like I've experienced a lot. I'm not saying I'm Paul, but I've experienced a lot. Why did I even just say that? I'm tired and I'm going to go to bed soon. The point is, I've experienced a lot and I feel like that could be helpful to people. Being transparent, being vulnerable, talking in general, literally talk, just to talk out things and let people know you're not the only person that go through stuff. I'm not the only person that go through stuff. And stuff happens and it's better for people to, and when I say it's better, it does some justice for people to be able to come together in a safe space or in a space in general. Well, no, safe space. This is a safe space because what you will not do is come over here and make it unsafe. I will kick you out. To be able to come into a safe space and talk about experiences and get information and stuff that's a little bit more practical. And that's the thing is, I'm not finna give you bang, bang, shoot 'em up advice. But at the same time, with godly advice, it's not, oh, girl, just take it to God. Because it's not every day take it to God. That's like for people who, not really, but like people who feel like, oh, you don't need therapy. Just go to God. Because anxiety is a, device of the enemy. All of those things are true. That don't mean I'm not going to therapy. I know the devil work. I know he busy. I know I got anxiety. I know that, these are all devices. I need to go to, I forgot what I was getting at. Maybe I'm just telling on myself. Sorry. But no, seriously, you can't just, remember, you can't, just give people, and I don't want to say not practical because it's practical to tell somebody to go pray, but sometimes you need to talk to people who've been in certain situations because they have a little bit more, zhuzh on what they telling you. How they telling you, what they're telling you, the place where it comes from, the information that they give you, it's just going to seem a little bit more authentic and helpful. Maybe, just maybe, if you listen and if you open yourself up and if you are willing to learn. Just know that God said, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. So don't be ignorant. Don't choose to be ignorant. If somebody's teaching you something, learn. We all students. Until you die, you got something to learn. Don't ever feel like you done reached, epitome appeasement, because you haven't. I don't care who you is, how old you is. Yeah. It's always something to learn. There's always somebody who know more than you. And whatever it is you think you know so much about, that's good. Now ask yourself, what do I not know? A whole lot. Go start looking at that. Learn something else. Go experience something new. Doing the stuff you've been doing. I was saying stop doing the stuff you've been doing, as in it ain't getting you far, so go do something different. Do something like follow the Instagram page, Highways, the letter N, Hedges. I think that's the right page. Highways, the letter N, Hedges. Make sure y'all follow that on Instagram. I can't believe I'm over here with my stuff falling out. My hair grew though. Follow the Instagram page. As I am going through this experience and I am still learning about myself and I am parenting myself and getting myself together, I have to work on being more diligent about posting and content and a schedule. I have to do better with that. And I'm learning from these experiences. Like having to get off work and make myself do it. I need to have a better schedule and set a time. Do better with my notes, have my computers and stuff ready. All of that is a thing. Follow the sites. Send in your WWJDs. Don't forget to send in your questions. Bible stuff. The book is right here. All we got to do is open it up and read it. They have different translations. We can, ask the questions. What does this mean? What does that mean? Is God a woman? For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Believe in Jesus. Not because I said so. Believe in Jesus because he died for your sins. And if you don't believe nothing else, you better believe in the Lord and that he cares enough about you that he did send Jesus. Because as a human, the way that you are, as on your own, on our own, myself included, we are unworthy and undeserving. But only because of the blood. I just want to thank God. I just want to thank God. No, real talk, and just for the sake of I'm in this with testimony, I do want to thank God that my car is paid off. I could every time I think about it, I could shout because it's been a time and a season. Shout out to the people who love me and who got my back and who be in my corner, who be in my corner. The people who are in my corner. Everybody that's in your circle is not in your corner. That was a word from Sunday. Keep that in your mind. Also, keep $1 on you. Don't be broke. Word from the wise. Keep $1 on you. Keep God in your heart. Keep some hand sanitizer. Keep yourself distanced from other people, whether you are vaccinated or not. Keep your mask on. Keep your face to God in prayer. Keep on going to work. Keep minding your business. Keep some water. Keep on being hydrated. Keep on keeping on. And just know that I love you. God loves you. And it's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you all here over at Highways and Hedges Ministry. Where I am the church, you are the church. We are the church together. The church is not a building. The church is not a steeple. The church is not a resting place, but is in fact the gathering of the saints. And over here we gathering, trying to get the ghetto glory. Okay, I'm done. I love you all. If I missed anything, put it in there, girl. You look so cute. I really like your outfit. Your hair or your wrap scarf, whatever that is so cute. It looks really nice on you. I'm ready to take my hair loose. I love you. I just want to keep telling you that because if don't nobody else love you, I love you. And you better love you too. Because I'm working on loving me, child. Had to cut a nigga off today because what you not finna do is love me with some love that ain't love. Keep that to yourself. Anyway, bye.